Because one has dedicated oneself and all one's worldly and religious activities, there's nothing to worry about when it comes to relinquishing the world. This is another one of those verses about how relatively easy renunciation is with devotion. If you are practicing this method, this religious method, giving up shopping malls, giving up working your ass off for a dead-end job, giving up worldly pursuits won't be that hard. Because the religious life is so blissful, you see. And another reason to have fun in your spiritual practice is that, it's just easier. It just makes it a lot easier to let go of the things that aren't fun. Everyone gave me all these colds today. Okay, well, good symbol. Nice, very smart symbol. Very, very, very clever. But not do it. Now let go. Let go of the things that are hurting you. And here's how you find out what they are. Just trace back the pain. Follow the pain back. What's causing you unhappy? What seems to be making you unhappy? And follow it back. And there's the attachment. You are suffering and unhappy because you're attached to something. See, the attachment itself is the problem. It isn't the thing. It isn't the boyfriend or girlfriend, or it isn't the person at work, the irritating person at work. It isn't the lack of money. It's the attachment. So to stop the suffering means to let go of the attachment. And let go of the attachment. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care anymore. It's not like that. Detachment is not caring. Detachment is not thinking that it has the power to make you happy or unhappy. See? Detachment is letting go of it as some kind of external thing that has the power to make you happy or unhappy. And just chillax about it. You see? Just relax. Detachment is relaxation. It's just relaxing. You see? Attachment is stress. Attachment is worry. Attachment is anxiety. Detachment is freedom, where you just float. You float through life, and nothing can faze you, really, because you're not attached to the vicissitudes of life. You're not attached to the things that are constantly changing and so forth. All right, so there's nothing to worry about when it comes to relinquishing the world, when you've got that kind of prema, that kind of higher love and devotion. Next one. Upon accomplishing that, one should not stop engaging in worldly business, but rather do it as a practice, renouncing the short-term results. So that means, the point here is not to turn your back on the world, not to turn your back on the job or your relationships, but to see them differently. Not to stop engaging in them, but to do them all as an opportunity for your spiritual practice. And renouncing short-term results. We talked about that yesterday, right? Renouncing short-term results means two things, I'd say. Renouncing the idea that you do things for yourself. That you're doing things so that you'll get something out of it. Renouncing that idea. And start doing things for others. Okay? Then secondly, understanding how karma works. And understanding that the short-term apparent result isn't actually the result of that thing. Okay? The thing that follows immediately upon the action isn't connected to the action, which is really a much harder thing to do, right? So we gave a couple of examples of this. One example of this yesterday, I think, right? Does lying if you told the truth at the job and got fired as a result of telling the truth, did getting fired come from telling the truth? It cannot. It cannot. Why? Because that means all bets are off when it comes to morality. See? All bets are off. Nothing bad can come from something good. Is telling the truth good? Yes. A good thing. Everyone agrees that telling the truth is a good thing. There's no world religion that says lie a lot. It'll be really good for you. See? Thou shalt lie. Have you heard that? Thou shalt not lie is actually how it goes, in case you were wondering. Don't lie. And in the Buddhist text and the yoga text, they're all the same. Satya. So tell the truth. So everyone's agreed that telling the truth is a good idea. So now let's test, you see. Then the test comes. You see, it's one thing to say, oh yeah, telling the truth is good. But what if telling the truth seems to result in you losing your job? Then is it good? It was still good. You didn't lose your job because you told the truth. That's all. So why did you lose your job? Because you took something away from someone else in the past. Okay? And telling the truth will bring a good result when? In the future. So don't get attached to short-term results. Let's do it the other way, okay? Let's say you rob a bank. Rob the Bank of America, like right after a major deposit from the casinos. Okay? And you rob the bank and you take out hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars. You stuff it in your suitcase and you get on a plane and you go to Acapulco. And you check into a 5-star hotel with the money that you stole from the bank and just have a big party, you see? Like sit around on the beach and have people bring you umbrella drinks. Did that experience come from robbing the bank? Does it seem like it? See, no, it must have come. I got the money from the bank, right? Says no. It has to have come from doing something good for someone else. If it's an enjoyable thing, a pleasant thing, it cannot have come from a bad cause. Is robbing a bank a bad thing or a good thing? Taking other people's money. Is stealing a bad thing or a good thing? See, find me the scripture that says, thou shalt steal. Everyone agrees that's a bad thing. See, it's the basis of all morality. We're talking about the basis of all morality, universal basis of all morality here. But these are the times when it's hard to believe in morality, isn't it? And there'll be times like that. Definitely in your own life. We're using extreme examples. But definitely there'll be times like that. You do something nice for somebody else, and they just spit in your face as a result of it. That ever happened to you? So then, you got one of two conclusions that you can come to. Being nice to other people doesn't work out. That's one conclusion that you could come to. It doesn't work out. See, it didn't work. I was nice to them, they spit in my face. And then you lose your moral grounding. Then you lose the foundation for any moral principle. Or you can say, there could not have been a connection between me being kind and nice to someone and they returning that with spitting in my face, with nastiness. It can't be a connection there. And that's a little harder. You got to use your mind, and you got to get some faith also. It kind of requires some faith. Because it seems like there was a direct correlation. It seems like so obvious that there was a direct correlation. But there cannot be. Simply cannot be. If there's going to be any basis for your moral life, you have to get over the appearance of things and get down to a deeper level and say there can't actually be the connection that there appears to be between event X and event Y. Short-term results. This is very important, okay? Really important and really hard for us. But if you don't get that clear, then there's just really, the moral life will be very, very haphazard. Be very haphazard. You'll do it when you think it'll work out for you. And if you have any question about whether it'll work out for you or not, you won't do it. If you think if I could get fired because I told the truth, then you'll go, I'm not going to tell the truth. Because why? Because I could get fired. See? Because that would be the effect of that cause. See? So you have to say there actually could not be a cause and effect relationship between those two things. Ever. See? So then you say, I'll tell the truth. And then you don't worry about the short-term results. That's what he's saying here. Don't worry about the short-term results. Because the short-term results of your actions are actually out of your control. They're actually out of control. It depends on what Mr. Karma has in store for you. If Mr. Karma needs to bring you through the delivery system of telling the truth, needs to bring you a loss of job, then that's what's going to happen. And if Mr. Karma has in store for you the boss saying, thank you, finally you told me the truth. I'm so honored to have an honest employee. I'm going to give you a raise. That also didn't come from telling the truth. Okay? It came from a previous act of doing something, good for someone else. Okay? So you just don't worry about it. You just relax into the present. This is one way to think about how to be happy in the present is just relax about it because it's not in your control. It's absolutely out of your control. The present is out of your control in the present. So just relax. What else is there to do? Just relax. Think about the Queen. Just relax and just go, hey, well, whatever. See? And worry about the future. Worry about the future all the time. What's going to be useful in this situation for the future?